Welcome to our podcast about Keanu.
Yes, we're so excited to dive into his world.
Let's get started.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm so happy you're here. This is a very special episode, and that's why today there is only one host, just me, one microphone, and a great story to share. Before we begin, please don't forget to subscribe, follow the podcast, and share it with your friends. It really helps the show grow, and it means a lot to me. All right, get comfortable. Maybe make yourself a cup of coffee or tea. Today we are talking about a man who is more than just a movie star. A man who is calm, mysterious, kind, and incredibly strong. Today's episode is all about Keanu Reeves. Now, when you hear the name Keanu Reeves, what do you think about? Maybe you imagine him wearing a long black coat and sunglasses. Maybe you see him in a fast action scene. Maybe you remember him saying very little, but saying it in a powerful way. But behind the famous face, there is a very human story, and that is what makes this episode special. Keanu Reeves was born in 1964 in Beirut, Lebanon. His mother was English and his father was American with Hawaiian and Chinese roots. His name, Keanu, means cool breeze over the mountains in Hawaiian. That already sounds peaceful and strong, doesn't it? His childhood was not simple. His parents separated when he was very young. He moved many times with his mother, from Lebanon to Australia, then to New York, and later to Toronto in Canada. Moving often can be difficult for a child. You have to make new friends again and again. You have to start over many times. Because of this, Keanu often felt like an outsider. He didn't always feel like he belonged. He also had dyslexia. Dyslexia is a learning difficulty that makes reading and writing harder. For a student, this can be very frustrating. School was not easy for him. He changed several schools and was sometimes seen as a problem student. But he was not a bad kid. He was just different. He learned in his own way. As a teenager, he loved sports, especially ice hockey. He was very serious about it. He wanted to become a professional hockey player. His teammates called him the Wall because he was a strong goalkeeper. Imagine that, Keanu Reeves, the Hollywood star, stopping hockey pucks on the ice. But life had other plans. He got injured and his dream of becoming a professional hockey player ended. For a young person, losing a dream can feel like the end of everything. But sometimes when one dream ends, another one begins. He started acting in school plays and local theater. Slowly, he realized that he enjoyed performing. He liked telling stories. He liked becoming someone else for a short time. In the 1980s, he began acting in small television roles in movies. At first, they were not very famous films, but he gained experience. He learned how the film industry works. He improved step by step. Then, in 1989, he became widely known after starring in a comedy film called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. In this movie, he played a funny and relaxed teenager who travels through time with his best friend. The character was silly, kind of naive, and very charming. The film became popular, and suddenly many people knew his name. However, there was a problem. Some people in Hollywood thought he was not a serious actor. They believed he could only play simple, cool characters. They did not see his deeper talent. But Keanu did not argue. He did not complain loudly. Instead, he kept working. In 1994, he starred in the action movie Speed. In this film, he played a police officer trying to save passengers on a bus that will explode if it slows down. The movie was exciting, full of tension, and a huge success. It showed that he could be a strong action hero. Then came the film that changed everything. In 1999, he starred in The Matrix. This science fiction movie became one of the most influential films in cinema history. In the movie, Keanu plays Neo, a computer programmer who discovers that the world he lives in is not real. It is a simulation controlled by machines. The film mixed action, philosophy, technology, and deep questions about reality. The action scenes were revolutionary. The slow-motion bullet scenes became iconic. People around the world started wearing long black coats and sunglasses. The movie was not just entertainment. It made people think. And Keanu, as Neo, became a global superstar. But here is what makes his story different from many other Hollywood stories. After the huge success of The Matrix, he could have become arrogant. He could have acted like a king, but he didn't. There are many stories about his generosity. It is reported that he gave a large part of his earnings from the Matrix sequels to the special effects and costume teams. He believed they deserved more recognition and money for their hard work. Think about that. In an industry where people fight for more money and more fame, he chose to share. There are also stories about him quietly donating millions of dollars to children's hospitals and cancer research. He did not make big announcements about it. He did not try to get attention. He just did it. But his life was not only success and money. He experienced deep personal tragedy. In the 1990s, his close friend, actor River Phoenix, died from a drug overdose. This was a big shock for him. Later, Keanu and his girlfriend were expecting a baby. Sadly, their baby was stillborn. Not long after that, his girlfriend died in a car accident. Imagine that pain. Losing a child, losing someone you love deeply, losing a close friend. These are experiences that can break a person. For some time, he stepped back. He became even more private. But he did not become bitter. He did not become cruel. In interviews, when he speaks about grief, he says something very honest. Grief does not disappear. It stays with you, but you learn to live with it. That honesty makes him relatable. He does not pretend that life is always happy. He accepts that life includes sadness. In the 2010s, some people thought his career was slowing down. He was not in as many big blockbuster movies. But then, in 2014, everything changed again. He starred in John Wick. In this film, he plays a former assassin who comes out of retirement after criminals kill his dog, the last gift from his late wife. It sounds simple, but the movie was stylish, emotional, and extremely well made. The fight scenes were realistic and intense. What many people don't know is how much training he did for this role. He trained in martial arts for months. He practiced shooting skills. He worked hard to perform many of his own stunts. He wanted the action to look real. The film was a big success and started a whole series of movies. Once again, Keanu Reeves was at the top of Hollywood.
But even during this success, he stayed the same person. There are many photos online of him sitting alone on a bench, eating a sandwich, or riding the subway. In one video, he stands up and gives his seat to a woman on the subway. No cameras from a big studio, just a normal moment. People on the internet started calling him the internet's boyfriend because so many admire his kindness and calm personality. He also has other passions. He loves motorcycles. He even co-founded a motorcycle company called Arch Motorcycle. He is not just the face of the company, he is deeply involved in the design and development of the bikes. He speaks about motorcycles with real passion. He was also a bass guitarist in a band called Dogstar in the 1990s. Music is another way he expresses himself. So, what makes Keanu Reeves so special? There are many talented actors. There are many action stars. But not all of them are respected in the same way. With Keanu, people often say, he seems real. He is quiet, he listens carefully when others speak, he answers questions thoughtfully. When someone once asked him what he thinks happens after we die, he answered, "I know that the ones who love us will miss us." That sentence is simple but powerful. It shows that he values love and connection more than fame or money. In a world where many celebrities try to look perfect on social media, Keanu seems comfortable with being imperfect. He has sad days, he has quiet moments, and he does not hide them. That makes him human. If we look at his life like a movie, we see many ups and downs, a difficult childhood, lost dreams, huge success, deep personal tragedy, comebacks, reinvention. But through all of this, one thing stays the same: his character. He works hard, he treats people with respect, he stays humble, he continues learning. Even after decades in the industry, he still trains, still improves, still challenges himself. This special episode is not only about movies, it is about resilience, the ability to continue after pain. It is about kindness, choosing to be gentle in a hard world. It is about staying true to yourself, even when millions of people are watching you. Maybe that is the real reason people love him. He shows us that you can be strong without being aggressive. You can be famous without losing your soul. You can suffer and still choose to love. So the next time you see him on screen, whether he is dodging bullets, driving fast, or standing silently in a dramatic scene, remember that behind that character is a man who has experienced real life in all its beauty and sadness. And maybe, just maybe, we can learn something from him. Work hard, stay humble, be kind, and never give up, even when life changes your plans. Thank you for spending this special episode with me. I truly appreciate every listener. If you enjoyed this story about Keanu Reeves, please subscribe, leave a review, and share the podcast with someone who needs a little inspiration today. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay curious, and remember, even a cool breeze over the mountains can become a powerful force.